Hello, hello. Sorry I'm late. Cheryl, I appreciate you. I'm so excited that you are here. I just want to give myself a moment to make sure that I'm live, and I think my audio, I'm hoping I hear myself. Oh, nope, we hear a commercial instead. Okay, hold on. Hello, amazing. Happy Libra full moon. I'm sorry I'm so late. I'm having a slow morning. I typically like my Saturdays to be slow. Amazing. Thank you, Cheryl, for confirming. I typically like my Saturdays to be a little bit slower. Yay, Dr. Lynn. Woohoo! Literally just getting started. Okay, cool. Um, a few different things before we hop into all of this, just because I feel like you guys are my safe space and I get to like share more about myself with y'all here. And I feel so much more safer with my YouTube community than like anything on Instagram. So, um, one of the reasons why I switched up the new moon and why this one we're going to do it a little bit different too is because I've been like deep in my own healing journey. I am on week 9 of The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And so for any of you who have ever taken that journey, it's just like a journey in itself and it totally works. Like I'm not even doing it to the most perfect sense. Like there's things that I'm not focusing on or like not doing during the weeks per se, like just doing it to the capacity that I have right now. And like it's still doing something. So I've been on that healing journey. And then I worked with a friend of mine. I think I said this to you guys before. I worked with a friend of mine who helped me do like a 4-week intensive of reconnecting to my divine feminine. So that was definitely intense and enlightening. So that was going on right during like the new moon and hence why I was so exhausted. And then since daylight savings time, I've had like the most like I kept getting pain in my stomach that was similar to when I was a kid. And it's like not my stomach, it's like right underneath my ribs. Um so on a whim last week on like Tuesday, I finally was fed up with it. And so on Wednesday, I decided to do a 9-day cleanse. So I just finished my cleanse on Thursday. Yesterday, I got to eat a little bit different foods. I finally got to have salt again, and not have to have like a million ounces of celery juice throughout the day. So I just went through that physical healing journey of redoing my body. So I say all of this to say I've been a little bit tired, so I'm sorry I haven't been showing up in the same way here on YouTube, but I want to share this with you all because I always want to be transparent and like I'm not somebody who's creating these videos and encouraging you all to heal without doing the work myself. Like I have done a lot of deep healing work and I continue to do a lot of deep healing work. And I just want to share that with you as I also have a 9 to 5 job. Like when you want to heal, you figure out how to make the time and you figure out how to make it happen. So hopefully that's encouraging, inspiring, motivating. Like if I can do it, like you can do it. There's no reason why you can't, why you can't. And like just taking the time to heal ourselves is so satisfying when you get to the end of the journey, right? Like you do all this effort and you do all this stuff and then it's like, oh my goodness, like one, like look what I'm capable of doing and like two, oh my God, I feel better. I will say though, the last 3 days of the cleanse, I was literally sitting there like, why am I doing this? I'm so sick of this. But it's just because I was cleansing too much. My stomach was like, hi, we're here, we're cleansing, cool. And it just got a little intense. So that's why we're switching it up. Okay, the other thing I want to share with y'all, and I've been contemplating if I want to share this here or not, but like I said, like y'all are my safe space. So I created a Substack. And for those of you who don't know, Substack is like a platform for like people who write and like it's just a different platform. Like it just feels much more uplifting and encouraging and like thought provoking and more like just a lot of different content on it. So I started a Substack. However, I, back in the day growing up, and you guys have heard me say this before, like I use writing as an outlet. Like it's been my way of expressing my emotions since forever, like as a teenager, like younger than that. And so I decided to start a Substack. and have it be a place where I share poetry. And I've been playing around with watercolor recently. And so I just wanted to see if I could show you guys this picture from my phone. I posted it on Substack. It's like the first well, like my first real post. There's an artist on Instagram who I admire a ton. Her name's Brachita. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but she like uses paint and words to reflect emotion. So I wanted to try to recreate something that was similar to hers. So let's see if this will show. There's also a delay. Hold up. Let me look at my other screen. Okay. So I created this of like, this is what my mind was looking like on my cleanse. And then like, this is what I want to share with, well, like what I actually share with people and like what I want to share with people. So like, this is me trying to recreate a style similar to hers. So I break down what this is more in my post on Substack. So if you want to follow me there, I think if you look up Crystal Ray, like Substack/Crystal Ray, you'll find me. But it's going to be a place where I do want to just share like poetry and watercolors and like motivational, inspirational stuff that's like not this, like not necessarily educating, not necessarily like doing Reiki, like still keep it spiritually aligned because that's just like my essence. And I don't, anything I do is going to have an emotional, spiritual type of component to it. But yeah, so I started a Substack. I'm only telling y'all, I'm not going to do a post. I'm only sharing this here now on live. Also because I low key don't want my family to see it. Like I low key don't want my family to know about it or like people I'm close with. Like I want it to be a space where only strangers like see me and like y'all aren't really strangers anymore, but like you know what I mean? Like not people who know me on a day to day. Because I want it to be a space to like create freely and not have somebody think of like, oh, but what are you going through? Like why did you create this? Are you going through something? And it's like, maybe I just created something because I created it. You know what I mean? And I have a whole bunch of pent up emotions from the last 2 years to figure out how to express in a creative way. So anyway, so that's Substack. That's something new that I'm working on. And yeah, that's an update as to kind of like where I've been, what's going on, why I've been a little bit more MIA. Um, and I'm sorry, but I've been in the depths of healing myself. So for any of you who cared, I'm spilling lemon water myself. For any of you who cared, that's the update. Let's talk and hop into what is going on with this Libra full moon. And this one, I'm going to do a hybrid. So I do have journal questions, prompts for you in the description. We're not going to go through the questions here. We're just going to do breath work, meditation, and Reiki. So definitely check out below if you want journal questions to do after watching this. But right now that I just spewed all my stuff and offloaded to you, let's just take a moment, settle in. Let's take a deep breath together. I just want you to inhale slowly, filling your belly all the way up. Inhale through your nose. And just exhale slowly through your mouth. Just do one more. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. I'm somebody who prefers nose breathing over like mouth exhales. So I say that for y'all to do whatever feels best for you. So I just want to give you a brief overview as to what is happening with this energy so you can kind of understand why you might be feeling how you're feeling. But today we're going to be working with the energy of the Libra full moon, and this one is deep. It's rich with truth, clarity, and a powerful turning point energy. Both Venus and Mercury are stationing direct, so Venus will be going direct later on today. But we're stepping out of the fog. We're stepping out of the fog, but not without first facing the reflections they've brought to the surface. So that's what's going to be happening. Oh, no more sound. Let's see. Let me know. I'm gonna pause until we figure out if the sound is here. You can hear it. Okay, cool. Thank you, Cheryl. Maybe just oh, you can't hear me. So maybe refresh your screen. Um, okay. Hi. Okay, cool. Thank you all for confirming. Okay, so perfect. Um, the reflections are coming up to the surface, right? So this week you might have felt a bit off. You may have been noticing miscommunications, unexpected hiccups, even emotional tension building up, passive aggressive behaviors. It's all part of the process. And this full moon is inviting us to pause and reflect, to tend to the imbalances within, and to come back to center. Libra is all about harmony, relationships, and truth. But right now, it's not about pretending everything is okay. It's about creating balance by facing what's real. So there's a heaviness to this moon, not in a bad way, but in a way that is asking us to get honest, to bring discipline and order to what we value, and to tend to the wounds we've been avoiding. We're being shown what hurts. We are being shown what hurts. And just as importantly, the medicine we need to move through it, right? Like the awareness is there, but it's like, okay, how do we heal this? So this is a time of real lessons, not the fluffy kind, but like the kind that define who we are and who we are becoming. So it starts with presence, with breath, with awareness, because we can't begin to heal what we haven't yet fully acknowledged. And maybe you're being called to have important conversations, or maybe you're becoming clear on what you're ready to commit to in your relationships, in your work, on your soul's path, etc. Like this is what this moon, this energy is bringing up. But with this, I just want to say, like, be open to experimentation, be willing to see your wounds as portals, because this moon is here to help you understand yourself on a deeper level. Like, that's what I feel like all of this is always about. So recognize the clarity that is flowing in and allow yourself to move forward in the direction you feel called to. With that, the energy of Mars is bringing about like that intensity of moving forward type of thing. So that's definitely what is going on, how we are feeling. So that's pretty much all the everything I'm going to explain when it comes to what's happening with this full moon. If you are interested in learning more, I'm happy to share astrologers that I follow who really break this down in a much more technical perspective. I'm always just trying to break this down in a way that makes sense in easy English, basically. Like, why am I feeling this way? How am I, whatever. For me this week, I definitely have been rethinking a lot of things that I'm doing and how I'm showing up, and like, what do I want to do? And recognizing ways I've been holding myself back because I'm too far in the future. I'm worried about, you know, full transparency. Like, I'm worried about if I have a child and get pregnant, like, can I still make candles? Like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with that business? Should I even still be building it? Like, questions like that, right? Um, so just a lot of like deep, real questioning stuff. And if you've been feeling the same way, like, yeah, the energy's here for it. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to take a moment, we're going to slow down, we're going to breathe a little bit, we're going to make space for more clarity to come in and figure out, the direction you want to go in. And yeah, hopefully that helped bring you more clarity, insight. And like I said, I put journal questions in the description. So literally they are the first thing. If you go to the description, you see like 5 Libra journal prompts, and here are questions. So I wanted to post these for you because I know a lot of people watch this on the replay, and that these questions are very helpful and insightful and help with like your life. So by all means, please use them. And now we're gonna move into breathing. Then we're gonna do a meditation, and then I'm gonna send you Reiki because, as we learned, I can't talk and play music at the same time. My voice gets cut out. So so that's that. I'm gonna have a sip of this lemon water real quick. I invite you now, though, to just get comfortable for us to start doing some breath work. And I did grab my healing candle. I thought healing would be pretty fitting for today, just because healing can encompass like anything, right? Like healing ourselves, healing our relationships, healing our mindset, healing our physical body. My lighter is not, it's a little blocked. Come on, friend. These fancy lighters are fun, but like, I gotta clean it off. Sometimes I miss just having good old matches, I'm gonna buy a box. There we go. Healing candle it is. So we're going to begin by grounding into our bodies with some gentle breath work. I invite you to sit or lie down. Just get comfortable. And I invite you to close your eyes if you feel safe to do so. Let your shoulders drop, unclench your jaw, and allow yourself to just arrive. The only thing that matters right now is this moment. So we're going to start with a technique called box breathing. It helps calm the nervous system and it brings balance to the body. And I'm going to leave it up to you whether you'd like to exhale through your nose or your mouth. To me, it's not a super significant detail. And so we're going to breathe in for a count of 4, breathing in through our nose. 3, 4. We're going to hold for a count of 4. We're going to exhale for a count of 4. And we're going to hold for a count of 4. We're going to do that all again. Let's breathe in for a count of 4. 2, 4. Let's hold for a count of 4. Let's exhale for a count of 4. And hold for a count of 4. Do it again. Let's breathe in for a count of 4. 2, 3, 4. Hold for a count of 4. Let's exhale for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. Let's do this one more time. Just inviting yourself to really notice your body relaxing with each breath. Breathe in. Hold. Exhale. And hold. And now I invite you to start to just breathe normally. But I invite you to fill your belly all the way up as you breathe in. So you take a deep breath in and expand your stomach. And as you exhale, your stomach comes inward, deflating. Just focus breathing like that for another few breaths, allowing yourself to become very much aware of your body. Allowing yourself to just be in this present moment. And so I invite you, just still keep your eyes closed, breathing in a way that feels really good for you, allowing yourself to relax more and more. And we're going to move into our meditation. And so I invite you to imagine a golden light above you. This light represents the Libra full moon, illuminating everything with clarity and grace. I want you to imagine this light flowing over you. Feel it balancing your energy. As it balances your energy, it also balances your body. Start to imagine an equal amount of energy and strength flowing from the left and right sides of your body. It's fully coming into balance. And as you're thinking about balancing, you can imagine the scales of Libra, one side representing your giving energy and the other side representing your receiving. Notice if they are balanced, if you're somebody who gives more than you receive, or if you receive more than you give. Just take note. Now, with your next exhale, imagine yourself bringing both sides into balance, where you give as much as you receive, and you receive as much as you give. Now, gently bring to mind any other area of your life that feels out of balance. Allow yourself to just breathe into it as you think about it. Now, with each inhale that you take, invite in harmony to that area of your life. And with each exhale, release anything that no longer aligns. Now repeat these affirmations silently or out loud. I welcome balance and beauty into my life. I release what no longer serves my highest self. I am in alignment with my truth and my heart. Take a moment and let those words sink in, allowing yourself to embody them. And so I invite you to just keep taking a few more deep breaths, allowing yourself to just become more and more in this present moment. With each breath you take, feel yourself sinking more and more, gaining more clarity. allowing yourself to just open up to the here and now. So, in a moment, I'm going to start playing music and I'm going to start sending you Reiki healing energy. And I just invite you to continue to sink in, relax, and feeling your body come into full balance, inviting harmony wherever it is that you desire it, and allowing yourself to receive any insights that are meant for you. So I invite you to take a moment to start to notice how you now feel, becoming aware of your physical and energetic bodies, noticing if they're in balance now or what areas you could still work on. I invite you to take another deep breath in through your nose, filling up your belly. Slowly exhale, allowing yourself to smile a little at the end of the exhale. I want to invite you to remember with this energy of the Libra full moon and Venus that life is here to be enjoyed. We're here to have fun. We're here to experience life and live it. So I invite you to take time this weekend or this upcoming week to do something that makes you feel like you're living. And it can be something small, taking a walk outside, enjoying your favorite cup of matcha, doing something fun with a friend, whatever it is that lights you up. And so now I invite you just to start to wiggle your fingers and toes, becoming aware of your body, slowly starting to move, taking a gentle stretch. And then whenever you feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes and fully come back to this moment. If you're laying down, just be aware as you sit up that you might feel a little bit lightheaded. Reiki can make us feel like we're floating, which is one of my favorite things about it. I invite you, of course, to drink some water as it will help with the Reiki. And if you ever want to experience a deeper healing, I do offer one-on-one sessions. I have a 15-minute session, 30 or 60. I promise they all do something. The length of time doesn't matter. There's links in the description if you're interested in booking a session with me. And email me if there's no time available that works for you because I can open up my schedule. Um, yeah, I'm just going to give you guys all a minute to come back. And Jason, I'm sorry it's so late there. I know I was thinking of you. I hope you enjoy the replay of this. And I hope you get back to sleep. Hope all is well with you, Jason. I'm really curious if you guys are open with me with sharing how you felt about this live video instead of the other format. I think I really like this. I'm curious if you were able to go deeper in the meditation and Reiki because, we did the breath work, then we did a bit like a more visualization meditation, and then I sent you Reiki. So I'm curious if you feel more relaxed, more grounded, more centered now than when we do the journal questions before we do Reiki, you know what I mean? So if you're open to sharing, please do so in the chat. Um, I know there's lag time between like when I talk and when you guys see it. So I'm gonna fill this space in the meantime. Um, oh, I'll put the link for Substack in the chat. Cheryl, you like this format as well. Amazing. Yeah, there's something about this that feels like really good to me. Um, like really good. It's just your last live was watching the sun come up on the beach. My mate's sweating so much energy. I love that. Jason, that is amazing. That's incredible. Just a reminder for you all, the journal questions are in the description of this video. So if you are somebody who does like to journal during the full moon, I got you still. I put them there. Feel free to reference them. Feel free to work through them. But I think the next couple times I do want to try this format. I think this can bring healing on a much deeper level. Writing has its own healing too. But one of the things that frustrates me on the live with the writing is like trying to control the amount of time that we answer a question for. I think some questions, like if we were to just write on our own, like we would literally just like write longer or shorter. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like this could be something fun. You know, we gotta experiment in the you know, we gotta experiment, right? That's what this energy is about. Well, I put the link to the Substack in the chat. I don't see anything else, but if anyone else has anything to say or share, please feel free to drop a comment on this video once it goes live. Um, but I truly appreciate you all. I hope you guys are all having a good time. I think the energy, I think this is a transformative year for a lot of us. And I know how much being in the darkness and going through a transformation can like suck or feel like it sucks, right? Like you just are in darkness. But there's so many beautiful things that get born in the darkness and like being open to just experimenting and going forward and trying. And like for me, one of the biggest things that's I'm taking away with the artist's way is like just creating for the sake of creating, like not judging it, not caring, allowing myself to be a beginner, not feeling shy about being a beginner, um, just like doing stuff. And yeah, I've realized, and I'll probably share this more on Substack and in my own way, but like I realized being laid off in 2023 really turned my light all the way down. And because of fear and, financial limitations, I stopped living in so many ways. I didn't, certain ways I did still live, but like other ways I um, pushed myself down. And I keep having this idea of like taking y'all on a series of showing, like getting back to living and like creating little reels of like different activities that I might do. Probably the majority of them being like free activities of like me just, I don't know, doing stuff that makes my soul feel alive. Um, to maybe hopefully inspire you. My issue with it, and one of the reasons why I haven't done it yet, is because it's just focused on me. And I think that's weird. It's like to create content of like me living my life. It's just like, will it help somebody? I don't know. So if that is something you're interested in seeing, please let me know because I do keep having this idea about it. Um, and I want to create it in a very certain way. I have to learn how to create this type of video because I've never made it before. It would be bite-sized, short clips of just like, I don't know. But anyway, I'm rambling on now. Um, from Jason, have one question. What is shadow work that people talk about? So, my interpretation of shadow work, and this may not be necessarily the best way of describing it per se or how other people describe it, but when I think of doing shadow work, I think of it as diving into like the things that we shy away from in a sense, like allowing ourselves to go into the places that don't feel good or like are emotionally tough or like the things we don't want to face, right? Like, for example, I'll give you this example of like, let's say we have a friendship. And so, okay, this is all my belief and my perspective and how I view life at this current moment. I might change, right? Because that's what life is about. But I believe that our relationships and our life outside of us is a mirror for what is going on within us. Um, thank you, thank you. So everything outside of us is a mirror for like our issues inside of us, right? So like if I have a friendship and there's something about this friendship that continues to trigger me, I believe it's not a question of like that person makes me feel this way. It's more of a question of like I'm triggered, like this behavior of this person is sparking this feeling within me. I needed to dive into this feeling within me and figure out where it comes from per se, if I can, or like why I feel it, right? So like, how can I make this more concrete? One of my stories of my life is abandonment issues, right? For the longest, I believed everybody left me, blah, 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 all these things. If I'm encountering something in the outside world that's making me feel like I'm going to be left again, like doing the shadow work is like me revisiting the past and like me figuring out when I started to feel that way of abandonment and like how it was in my life and like exploring the emotions around it and figuring out the instances that I encountered it and then like starting to realize that this person is not exhibiting that per se to me. I am feeling this way because that, and that might not be the case. They might actually be like trying to ghost me. Who knows? Do you know what I mean? It's all different situational scenario, but like doing the shadow work is like, this is my opinion. Somebody might explain it differently. But it to me, it's going into the depths of yourself that you want to avoid. So that was a really long answer to give you that short answer. Sorry. um, yeah, it's like we all have characteristics about ourselves that we might not be proud of. I definitely do. And it's like allowing myself to face those aspects of myself that I don't want to see. Like to me, that's shadow work. Um, I'm reading your comment and I'm trying to understand it. I'm assuming you've been covering up your mate's infant like cheating affair. Um, but like I don't I mean, if you were gonna do shadow work on that, like I would think it would be like exploring how you feel about covering it up. Do you know what I mean? I would think like your friend is the one who would have shadow work to do to figure out why they're having an affair. Um, but that's just my suggestion. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you like this format. It may help sharing my experience with others. Thank you. I'll play around with it. I'll see if I can create something and share it with y'all and give it a go. Um, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. But please, by all means, like feel free to hop off. I don't want to take you out of the feeling that you just received from Reiki. I want you to feel relaxed and unwind. So definitely feel free, hop off, grab some water, book a session with me if you ever want to. Um, Snag a healing candle if you'd like to. I have some in stock. And yeah, I'll be here for the next one. I think we're gonna do this format again the next moon cycle because I it feels really good. It feels really good to me. Um, Jason, are you good? Did that help you? Did it give you more clarity? I don't want to hop off without making sure you're good. Yeah, I agree with what Cheryl said. Maybe the shadow work is looking at what inside you enabled you to cover it up. Yeah. Thanks, Cheryl. Thanks, y'all. I like when we all come together. You gave some good clarity. We had a good full moon here tonight, a week now. I don't know how they go back to sleep. Okay. Well, I'm glad that was helpful for you, Jason. I hope you're able to go back to sleep. Maybe count backwards. Um, there's a few different techniques, but thank y'all for voting. Thank y'all for joining. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a wonderful full moon, and we'll be back. We're gonna do this format again next time. We're gonna do this again. This was fun. I liked this. And again, journal prompts are in the description. I prompt for those of you who love them. I put them in the description, so please check them out there. And thank you all so much. You are all lovely, and I will see you next time. Bye.